everyone. This is currently an update on the severe weather threat for nocturnal tornadoes tonight for parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Right now, you're looking at satellite data showing rapid intensification of convective storms right now going up along the front. You can see here in just a few scans, all of a sudden we have a ton of storms. The time right now is about 9:20 p.m. Central Time. So it's kind of amazing that the HRRR was right on the nose with what it expected about 9 p.m. on the 0Z for storms to fire. So tonight we have all sorts of hazards from damaging winds, hail, and even tornadoes potential. As you can see, look at that. It actually developed a little bit faster than what the HRRR was expecting. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the models right here, you can see these little like black outlines are where the model is indicating the likelihood of a rotating updraft and potential mesocyclone development. So your most likely storms having tornadic possibilities. And right now, if we just scroll out on the 0Z HRRR, you can see why the Storm Prediction Center has gone with a tornado watch for this area. Look here, especially into northern Texas overnight, and then eastern Oklahoma, and then into the threat for the southeastern United States later on tomorrow. Widespread severe weather possibility. Here's what current radar shows over by Woodward, and just like so rapidly, these storms went from absolutely nothing to intensities showing quite strong, heavy downpours of rain. And as we look down here towards Elk City, it actually has supercellular looking shape to some of these storms. So the shear tonight is going to be ridiculous. Currently is ridiculous. So the shear is favorable for tornadoes. There is enough instability, surprisingly, even though it's dark, just the way the jet stream setting up in this area, the colder temps aloft, and that warm, humid air advecting in, we're actually going to have an uncapped surface. So quite a setup for severe weather, widespread severe weather. The storms, as you can see currently, although they're a little bit supercellular here, the overall mode is going to be linear. So what that means with the given shear that we have here and the instability is any tornadoes that do form are likely going to be QLCS tornadoes. QLCS meaning quasi-linear convective systems. These are little spin-ups that can actually be strong tornadoes, but they occur in a line instead of individual storms isolated by themselves. The nature of these QLCS spin-ups are they're a little bit harder for forecasters and radar operators to detect because they can happen quite quickly. So whereas when you have a more isolated supercell, the storm itself gives kind of a better tell over time, whereas all of a sudden in a couple of scans, the interaction between the line can be just right that you'll get little spin-ups. So yeah, it's definitely something, especially for the Oklahoma City metro, maybe even up into Wichita, depending on how far that northern extent of moisture goes. Yeah, there could be a threat up here as well. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center does include Wichita in their tornado risk overnight and into the early morning hours. But currently the main threat looks like it'll be Oklahoma City and then down into the Dallas-Fort Worth metro. You can see here kind of up by Gainesville, Denton, Texas area especially. The model really wants an area of insanely strong winds and those QLCS activity overnight. So this is one of those setups where you'll probably be asleep and you might have a fan on. So having a weather radio, having your TV on, make sure your phone's not on silent. You probably use it for your alarm anyway, but make sure your phone's not on silent and that you can actually receive severe weather alerts overnight so that you can get to your safe place. Ideally, you have a tornado shelter or a basement, but for a lot of areas, especially in Oklahoma and Texas, because of the water table, there aren't basements. So if you don't have a tornado shelter, the best place to go is going to be an interior closet or bathroom away from windows, and take as much stuff with you as possible. So take your blankets, take your helmet if you have some, coats, whatever, pillows, anything that can help insulate you from any potential flying debris, to ride out if there is a tornado warning issued. Tornado warning means a tornado has been spotted on radar or by a storm chaser and reported. A tornado watch, which is currently what we have, just means that the conditions are favorable for storms to continue to develop. Wow, okay. Yeah, we can see they have just issued a severe warning. So in the course of me talking right now, we have gone from, reasonable rain showers to here we are, a line of severe thunderstorm. Let's click on the warning now from NWS Norman. Okay, the National Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma has issued a severe thunderstorm warning until 10:15. Now, granted, oh wow, we're already getting hail to develop within this next scan. These are rapidly intensifying storms. And that's because the conditions are just so favorable. We have great shear, we have great cape. Everything is primed for severe weather tonight. So right now it's a standard severe warning, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, radar indicated. Be careful if you're driving. So just be cautious. But as this storm continues to surge further east, east-northeast, looks like it's going due east right now, the potential, especially for the Oklahoma City metro in the next couple hours, is going to be significant.